Okay, my friends, so I talk a lot on this channel about how it's important to, as well as doing the somatic healing work, which is a big part of what we teach, it's really important to get in touch with your spiritual nature or to discover your being. And I've become aware that I speak about this a lot on the channel, the importance of discovering your being. But we've been concentrating a lot on giving healing, somatic practices and advice, and kind of slightly neglecting this aspect of the teaching. So I want to give you something to help nurture and awaken this beingness within you, which is so important when we're on this journey. So I'm going to give a very simple self-inquiry practice right now, which you can follow along in your own experience. Now, firstly, I'm going to give this practice for any of you who are struggling with any sort of challenge or suffering which is currently taking place within the body and the mind. Anxiety, stress, either intense anxiety or stress or subtle, depression, anything really, anger, any kind of struggling thing. And then I'm going to give the same practice in a slightly different way for those of you who kind of feel okay right now. So if you are someone who is struggling, then really see the struggle. See that there's a mind pattern happening and an emotional pattern happening as well. And see that that mind-emotion pattern that you're calling struggling is just happening, and you're not in control of it. See that it's just happening within your own awareness. Sorry, I'm just turning my phone off. So you can see this pattern. So you can see this pattern inside the mind-emotion pattern. And I also want you to ask yourself the question, okay, what knows this struggle? What knows this inner holding? And become aware of that which knows the struggle. Become aware of the space within which the struggling one is arising. In this moment, be more interested in the space within which the struggle is arising than the struggle itself. So often we give attention to the struggle, and if we get into healing, we try and fix the struggle. If I can fix it, if I do this, if I do that, I can fix the struggle, I can get away from it. We give lots of techniques and methods to, in a way, help you fix the struggle. But in this practice, I'm going to say, just leave the struggle to be as it is. Don't try and change it, don't try and fix it. Instead, simply become aware of the one who knows it. Notice the awareness within which the struggle is happening. Notice the space within which the struggle is arising, and rest your attention there. Because if you place attention on that which knows the struggle, if you place attention on the awareness that the struggle is happening within, then you may find that the struggle fades. And this peace may start to arise within your experience. The peace of being, the joy of being. So I'm going to give you another practice, and this is, you can use this if you're struggling, but you can also use it if you're just kind of chill listening to the video. So feel into you as a body and mind. And And can you get a sense of a person sitting here? It may be a feeling of your body, it may also be a subtle feeling of your personality, or maybe even a strong feeling of your personality. However that is. For me right now, I can feel my personality as kind of joyful and like a slight, I guess, cheekiness in there. And I can also feel a subtle sense of stress in my head. And yeah, other things as well. But I get a sense of my own body and mind. So what sense do you get of your own personality right now? Just feel into it. You don't have to answer the question, just feel into it. Now, as well as feeling into that, can you also feel into that which knows this? The one who's aware of it. Now, I'll ask you the question, and you can answer this in your own head. What does that feel like? The one that knows it. The one that knows you. What does it feel like? Now, everyone will have a different answer to this. Some people say it feels like softness. Some people say it feels like goodness. Some people may say it's peaceful. Or I ask this question in all my meditation classes, and people use all sorts of different descriptive words. It feels like a big lake, it feels like this, it feels like that. But what I'm trying to point you towards is getting in touch with the quality of this awareness, the quality of your own being. Now, I was in this room right here. When we took over the building, we had loads of renovation works to do. So I'm going to show you the ceiling. This ceiling there was a suspended ceiling in here. And we took the suspended ceiling out, and then the ceiling above it had loads of holes in. So we had to get the whole thing replastered, but we didn't have that much money. So I knocked the whole thing down with a lump hammer, and then I got this guy in to do the plastering, but to make it cheaper, I was doing the plastering with him. So we were up on these big scaffoldings, and we were standing there holding the scaffolding up and screwing them in, and this guy was being really aggressive. He was like shouting at me and swearing at me, and it was a lot for my nervous system, and he was saying all sorts of stuff, and he was being racist at times, and he was just in a really, really dense state, and he'd had like 8 cans of Monster energy drink with loads of caffeine in through the day and like loads of coffees, and he was just going absolutely crazy. And so after a few hours, I was like losing the end of my tether, and I was so close to just kicking him out and saying, no, like, we're done, you've got to leave. But instead of doing that, I said, look, he started talking about meditation. He's like, what is this meditation thing anyway? And I said, I'm not going to tell you what meditation is, but I can show you if you want to learn. I can show you right now. So we were standing up on these scaffoldings. I was thinking I was going to fall off, and he's like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And I said, all right, but when we do it, you've got to look me in the eyes. And he was like, what's this gay shit? And I was like, no, it's not gay. You've just got to look me in the eyes. It's the only way it's going to work. So he's like, all right, yeah, I'll try it. So he looks me in the eyes, and then I said, okay. I just went through the exercise I did with you. I was like, what does it feel like? Can you get a sense of yourself here? And he said, yeah, I can feel myself here. I was like, what does that feel like? He's like, it just feels like me. I've got a body, there's feelings, whatever. And I said, okay, so is there also something that's aware of this? That's aware of you? And he said, yeah. And I could feel his mind got quiet. So I was like, all right, yeah, what's that like? And he said, it's soft. And then I said, yeah, it's soft. Okay. So I said, what's the difference between you and that? And he says, I am that. I am softness. And then this plasterer, this builder, this hardened guy who was swearing, who was racist, who had 8 Red Bulls, who drank loads of coffee, he burst into tears. And he said, I've got to get down. And he got down on the ladder and he walked into the other room and sat down on the floor and he just cried. And he came out and he says, I feel like all my baggage has left me. And the whole room lit up. All of that density, all of that heaviness that he was covering just disappeared in that one moment of him simply describing the quality of the awareness that was knowing his body and mind. And there's no right answer to this. Everyone describes it in different ways, and his word was it's soft, it's softness. And he said, I've taken every drug that you can imagine, and nothing is better than this. And it's not like it's not necessarily a big experience, like a big whacked out experience, but it's just this peace and wholeness, this sense of being home. And the whole day before that, he was non-stop chatting my ears off, and I was like, fuck this. But then as soon as he had that experience, silence. The rest of the day, we finished the plastering, we put the plasterboards up, we were basically just in silence. He was asking me questions about it, like, what is this? And yeah. Then he messaged me. He sent me a text that night saying that it was the most profound experience of his life. And for whatever reason, there was an openness within him to have that experience. And I say whatever reason, but the reason was because he was really, really fucking suffering. And he's also a really, really good guy. Even though he's aggressive, even though he gets into fights and drinks and does all this stuff, there's some innocence in his heart that is open to it, that was ready for it. And because of the density and the density of his experience, because there's so much hardness and suffering there, when he touched into the softness, the contrast was so great that when he opened into it, the relief of the falling away of the density was really profound for him. And he said that it lasted for a few days. He was just in peace and bliss for a few days. And then he cracked on with his life, started smoking, drinking his Red Bulls, and I'm not sure if he's decided to come back to this, although I did pass on the YouTube channel to a few different spiritual teachers of mine, so we'll see if he did. But anyway, it's don't get too caught up in the somatic healing work. We talk about it a lot and it's really, really important, but it's equally as important to discover what you are as already being free. What you are as already being this gentle softness, this openness, this lovely sense of home. Okay. Peace be with you, my friends. Happy awakening.